Hi, so episode 478 of Naruto Shippuden is now available. The episode is called The Unison Sign, and I have to admit that in the beginning stages of this episode, mainly around the first 7 minutes, I was getting kind of worried because I was like, wait, oh shit, like, are we gonna stay the entire time in this dreamland of sorts, just visiting very symbolic, very important locations like, the swing, right? No. But then I noticed, like, wait, the animation in this first part of the episode is way too good. So I just decided to sit through it, and it's a lot of talk, a lot of imagery that we've seen over and over again. Naruto is the only person that can understand Sasuke's loneliness, and vice versa. It's the same repetitive message of one was being ostracized because they were the Kyuubi host, the other one because he was the last survivor of the Uchiha clan. But if you think about it, there's a fundamental difference in their loneliness, and that's the fact that Naruto felt lonely or felt alone because people didn't like him. Like, people just wouldn't give him the chance today until Iruka Sensei came along. But when it comes to Sasuke felt alone because he just felt like nobody could understand him. So the main difference here is that Sasuke's loneliness, if you look at it, is more of a choice on his behalf. Like, he chose to just, like, focus on his training and just be like, I don't really care about people enough. So I'll just do me. And then obviously people started to like admiring him a lot. But that's more of a personal choice because he thought that doing that was kind of somehow going to heal his void, that pain that he had. And obviously he found out, eventually that doesn't really heal anything. And then when it comes to Naruto, his loneliness is more circumstantial. It's more based on the situation. Like, people were fucking scared of him as a little kid because he had the Kyuubi inside of him, which ended up destroying Konoha in the past. And then, he went to school and then people thought he was just a goofball. So both of them ended up changing the villagers' minds in accordance to what they wanted. Naruto ended up changing their mind to be accepted and recognized and appreciated, especially after the pain arc. And he did it through his behavior. And Sasuke did the same thing, but he changed the villagers' mind in terms of, like, the village hating Sasuke and labeling him as a criminal. So, just goes to show you, your choices are everything in life. That being said, Naruto is in the swing, or on the swing, my bad, and his arm begins to hurt, and that's when I'm like, okay, cool, we're getting out of this dream sequence pretty cool, because the pain of not having an arm, that's the thing that woke Naruto up from the swing. I also thought the animation was just way too good for the entire episode to just be a dream sequence. So, I kind of knew it was like, yeah, they're not going to use... Like, it's like, it really did look like a limited budget works. It really did. The way the light of the moon fell on their faces, that was great. It's like, it was just so detailed. Their facial expressions, both Naruto and Sasuke's throughout this entire thing just looked amazing, And so Sasuke wakes up after Naruto, and he's like, what are we doing here? It's like, well, shit. They look down. We don't really get to see what they're talking about. But like, yeah, if we move a lot, we're probably going to bleed to death. We're going to bleed out soon, so we might as well talk. But obviously, they go in and out of consciousness because, when you lose blood, you can just faint very easily. And so that happens, and then a very important point is brought up by Sasuke where, well, it's like, why did you go this far for me? I don't understand you. And that's something that he's never really understood. And then Naruto's answer has always been the same, which is that you're my friend. And this is the first time where Sasuke just legitimately, like, wants to know, well, I know that, but what does that really mean to you, Naruto? What does a friend mean to you? And Naruto gives, like, I think it's like the best explanation for what a friend is. I really think you have like 500 Facebook friends and those are really like true friends. No, get the fuck out of here. Like, a true friend is somebody, and Naruto explains it this way, it's like, when you are hurting, when I see you in pain and I see you dealing with shit that just brings you down and stuff, or just, turns you into something that I know you're not, that hurts me too. And so a real friend is somebody who stops their friends from hurting because that pain is also carried on to the other person. So that's a pretty good explanation. There's a lot of fake people in this world, and I think that's a pretty good threshold. That's a pretty good way of measuring whether or not you have a true friendship or not. And if you don't worry, because there's a bunch of people out there that are waiting for that connection to happen, and it's just a matter of finding the right people. That's what I think, at least. This is turning into a Q&A/advice thing, so I'm sorry for that, my bad. But just a final word on Naruto and Sasuke's friendship. If I'm being honest, I don't think it's the best example of a friendship. It's not the healthiest friendship just because in any relationship, it's also very important to have boundaries. It's important to know, okay, this is where what I can do for the other person, but at some point, the other person has to do something for him or herself, and it took Sasuke a lot of time, and it just motivated Naruto to violate those boundaries more and more and to become more obsessed with Sasuke. So I don't think that's the healthiest way to do it, but I'm glad that it worked out for both of them in the end. Honestly, I would have given up on him a long time ago, as I'm pretty sure that most of you would, or a lot of you would have given up on him. And that's kind of the point of the story. That's why the story is so intriguing. It's because it is about a fictitious relationship. It's about this fictitious effort of never giving up on your friends. But at the end of the day, it's still a story. And sometimes it's healthy to just say, you know what, this isn't working, this is a toxic thing, let's just go our separate ways. So it's this very, very good message, but sometimes if you apply it in real life, it's kind of like, well, shit, that didn't work out. So we come to a point in which Sasuke is now capable of seeing Naruto's memories. And we go through memory lane with this shit, all right? We start all the way back in part 1 and work our way up. But the one thing that really stands out to Sasuke is the moment in which Itachi basically entrusts Sasuke to Naruto, all right? Because that's his big bro, that's like his idol. So, and obviously we have that famous quote of Itachi. It's like, it's not that if you become Hokage, people will acknowledge you. More like it is the people that are acknowledged that become Hokage. I love this shot here, by the way. It's just so powerful because it just kind of means that all this time Naruto was secretly the real Itachi to Sasuke's life, and he was also kind of like this. He was basically his brother in a way. I mean, a brother from another mother. So that shot was just fucking amazing. And then one thing I have to mention is that now that I have had time to go back and rewatch the final fight, there is a moment in which Sasuke, well, the final clash, you have all these hands like helping Naruto with the Rasengan. By the way, a fan did a great job of identifying all those hands, and I'll leave the image in the description so you can check it out. Like they broke it down really well. But when you look at Sasuke's hand, you know, he's using lightning style, you know, the Chidori, and he's also using Amaterasu. So I think it's kind of cool that we see Itachi's hand there. Although technically speaking, Itachi should have been both like on Sasuke's side and Naruto's side, because Itachi was the one that told Naruto, like, I'm going to trust you with Sasuke, right? And also Kakashi was the one that taught him the Chidori. So, you know, Kakashi should have been with Sasuke and Naruto. You see what I'm saying? But whatever, it looks good. It was a great fight. I also really like the moment where like Sasuke is standing in the darkness by himself and he sees all these people in the light lining up behind Naruto. And I think that's the moment where Sasuke just kind of gets it. He's like, wait, what am I doing here by myself? I can walk over to where Naruto is and be with all these people. I don't have to be alone for the first time in my life. Even though Tobirama is on that side and he's like the most anti-Uchiha, most prejudiced Hokage ever. No, I just thought that was funny. But I really love this shot right here because that's literally Naruto's family. Both past and future are united in one shot. I thought that was great. Sasuke wakes up, and you gradually see the sunlight hit their faces. I thought that was great. The animation looked beautiful, like I said. And Sasuke basically takes the L. He acknowledges that he lost. Maybe not in terms of like, because they both can't move, but in terms of like, okay, like his code and his actual, like, you know, just the way that he viewed life, that's completely destroyed now. Like, he's not going back. And Naruto says, and by the way, if you go back, I'm going to beat your ass again. So, and Sasuke, that kind of just like makes Sasuke tear up, which if you've been following the series for this long, you know that Sasuke, it's not a first for Sasuke to cry, but he usually doesn't cry. He's very stoic, so that's a pretty good moment. And Naruto just tells him, by the way, this fight was not really about winning or losing. It was about beating some sense into you. So, you know, from a moral standpoint, from an ideological standpoint, Naruto totally won. And I actually made the argument of the fact that since Naruto was the one going up with the Rasengan and Sasuke is the one coming down, technically speaking, gravity is on Sasuke's favor, right? Because he's the one coming down. Naruto's the one who has to push up. So technically speaking, even though you can consider this a tie, you know, Naruto won. Naruto won. Plus, Sasuke needed to steal some of Naruto's chakra in order to be able to pull that final attack anyway. So, yeah, it's a good game. I thought it was a great acknowledgement by Sasuke, and then finally we have the unison sign. I thought it was kind of funny. It's like it was too much of a coincidence that both of them ended up landing exactly where the hands are, and then the hands ended up landing like this. But you kind of go with it because of how symbolic and how meaningful that is. And that's actually the ending. The ending isn't normal. We start off with a white screen, we go down, and we see that amazing shot. But when it comes to Naruto and Sasuke, like, it's more than just holding hands now, because there's literally, you can see like a blood connection, because their blood is touching at this point. I'm a little bit confused over the preview just because it kind of looks like Naruto is already healing in Konoha, but it's like, wait, there's a very like important scene with Sakura coming up. So I think the previews are kind of like now just being like, yeah, we're not going to show you what you know is coming up just because we want to save that for the actual episode. So I'll be looking forward to see if that happens. Hopefully we get some canon material next week. Thank you so much for watching. I thought the episode was really good. Like the video if you did. I appreciate that. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Comment down below with your thoughts. Thank you. Bye.